guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trish and I like to talk about Japan and what it's like to live here. If that sounds like something you'd also be interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future uploads, and let's get into today's video. So today, I wanted to do something a little bit different, but still keep with the vibe of Halloween. Do you know what I mean? So I thought what I would do is share a couple of my go-to crafts that I like to do with my kids around this time of year. And by my kids, I mean the kids that I teach, not the kids that I have birthed, because I have none of those. Most of us foreigners living and working in Japan, as I've mentioned on multiple occasions, are probably teachers. What that means is, as I mentioned in my last video, around Halloween, you will be asked to do a Halloween event at your Eikaiwa or your English conversation school. So, if you're lucky, you have a set curriculum, you have a craft already set up, set aside, you know what you're doing, it's already planned out for you. I don't want to say if you're not lucky, you won't have any of that, because I don't have any of that, and I actually really like the freedom that comes with being able to plan out like my own Halloween stuff every year. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, both of the crafts that we're going to talk about today essentially involve the same materials. So let's make our list. The materials that you'll need today are construction paper, glue, crayons, some sort of Q-tip type thing, and a pair of scissors. Yeah, I think that's it. Being the always immaculately prepared person that I am absolutely not, I had none of this in my house except for a pair of scissors. So cue DAISO montage in 3, 2, 1, go.
So, more than a montage, I guess what I actually mean is, look at all the pretty organized colors. Pretend you're the paper. Become the paper. These are actually 2 for 100 yen, so I ended up buying 4, and I really didn't think these long ones would show up on black construction paper, which is the plan, so we're just gonna try it and see what happens. But in the meantime, colors. Aerobics pup. Decided chill out at home was definitely more my pace, and didn't buy either one of them. Before we even get started, real quick disclaimer, I did not come up with this design. I found it on Pinterest ages ago and just kind of remembered it. So if I can find the link, I will post it below. Quick tip. Prep as much as you can in advance. Note the cut up Q-tip pieces to the side. If you're teaching a group of kids, I would definitely do this for them in advance and then stick the pieces in a bag or something like that. There is literally no right or wrong way to glue these pieces on. Pose your skeleton how you want him to be and start gluing. If you do try to do this with little kids, you might actually have to put the glue on the paper for them. Trust me, it's just easier in the long run. Fingers optional. For his skull, I just kind of estimated what I thought a good size might be and cut it out. Again, if you're doing this with a group of kids and you're making more than one skull, maybe make like a master skull and then trace it for the other ones, and again, do this in advance. I'm just going to cut 2 somewhat eye-shaped eyes out of bits of black scrap paper. They are sisters, not twins. You're going to get tired of hearing this, but do that in advance too.
Ta-da! Depending on the size of your classes, it might be a little more difficult to pull this off. So for me personally, I teach man-to-man lessons, so I have a little more time to work with each kid to like move the pieces to where they need to be or help with gluing. I wouldn't suggest maybe doing this craft with any super small kids because they're going to get glue everywhere. It's going to be a whole thing. And it's going to take the entire lesson, so maybe not for children that are like younger than 2nd grade, maybe. It's up to you. Also, I mentioned this before, but it will help if you can prep as much of the craft in advance. Like, especially if you do decide to do this with a group of kids, you might want to just go ahead and cut everything up yourself so that you're not waiting for kids to meticulously cut their Q-tips, or again, it's going to take the entire hour. My kids had a lot of fun with the skeleton. They like to pose it in different ways and get a little crazy with it. I mean, I just let them have free reign with it and let them pose the skeleton basically however they want. Depending on time, you might need to prep a lot of the craft beforehand. It's up to you, how you teach, your teaching style, and the demeanor of your kids, whether you have another teacher working with you or if you're working by yourself. It's all going to depend on that. But the skeleton craft is always a big hit. Next up, Frankenstein's monster. For this one, I like to cut the hair and the face pieces in advance and then let the kids figure out what kind of eyes and mouth and what little bolts they want to make for Frankenstein. If you have googly eyes, that's always a bonus because googly eyes make everything more fun. I couldn't find any at DAISO, so we're stuck with paper. Let's make a Frankenstein's monster.
I don't really think I came up with this off the top of my head, but I also don't remember, so if I find a link, I'll post it below. The green part and the black part are the face and the hair that I would definitely prep in advance. There's not really a pattern for this. The head is a roughly square-shaped piece, and the hair is as emo as you can get it. Look at his little tiny mouth. For the bolts on the side of his neck, I just cut out 2 T-shaped pieces and glued them on. Again, say it with me, guys. Do this in advance.
He's cute, yeah? So there you go, 2 of my go-to crafts that I like to do with my kids around Halloween. I try to alternate them, like I probably won't do the skeleton every year unless I have a new kid. Like I said, my lessons personally, I teach man-to-man lessons, so I am just with one kid for an hour. Most of my kids that I have now, I've taught for many years, and honestly, I kind of think that I make my kids do these crafts to decorate my room, so it's more for me, for decoration. So for Halloween lessons, I don't really like to stick to a set lesson plan usually. Like, I'll have an about idea of what I want to do with my kids, and then I'll change it as I go. Like, I don't want to make it too like in the box. I want to have a little creative freedom with it. The main thing is that you're having fun, that the kids are having fun, and that they can take a craft home and show mom. Huh? Look, Mom, I had fun at English today. This video is a little different than what I usually do on this channel, but I wanted to have a little Halloween fun. I was a little disappointed in DAISO because they weren't feeling the Halloween spirit this year.
This tiny little section is all we get. Happy naughty Halloween? Yeah? Yeah? Enjoy spooky night. This is good. Jack has a good message here.
My classroom, we will have Halloween and we will feel the Halloween spirit. I hope your classroom is also just as Halloweeny. If you'd like to see more videos like this, if you'd like to learn more about Japan and what it's like to live here, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future uploads. I hope to see you in my next video, and y'all have a good week.